have you heard of electroconvulsive therapy?
No.
No.
So
Convulsive therapy.
Nah, sorry.
Yes, oh yes. Well used in the old days.
Is that like the electric chair you're talking about?
ECT has actually given me my life back.
I was frightened, really frightened the first time. But, as I come along and I've seen reap the rewards of ECTs, I've known now there's nothing to be frightened of at all.
Yeah, it saved my life and it saved my family.
I was suicidal, extremely suicidal, believing that there's no way out.
He was in his bedroom, not coming out, couldn't come outside, couldn't do anything.
I was suicidal and I even attempted my own life. I had an attempt and thankfully I failed. But I was absolutely, every minute of every day, was trying to think up a way to take my own life.
I have a young child, so I have a 3.5-year-old. So my suicidal ideation wasn't so much that I was going to act on it, but that it was just preventing me from getting any joy. I went and saw my doctor and told him all of that. He said, I think we should start to look at this for you now because it has been, he has tried me on lots of different treatments over the years.
Sometimes people are in a position where they're unable to speak, unable to eat, or feel so absolutely dreadful that they just want to die all the time. And within a week, they might be sitting up, chatting, looking relaxed.
And this way they're able to go home to their loved ones and be able to lead a good quality of life rather than being on the wards.
Talking about major transformations, that is the norm. ECT is like a magic bullet. And you do see him, sometimes it's like somebody has waved a magic wand.
Some people take longer, what I witness, and some people, maybe don't get the same response that they expected. But in many cases, a majority of people that I see coming through ECT treatment, they had a very big difference,
As a husband and a carer, the first time she had the treatment, it had gotten to the point where I didn't know what to do anymore and nothing was working.
I just said, let's do it. Can we do it now? And he said, no, we have to do some tests first.
So prior to meeting my doctor, I had probably pretty similar ideas, than to people in the mainstream.
The images I have is somebody convulsing in the bed without anaesthetic in the days of old.
All I think about is people getting their heads cut open. Lobotomies and things like that. That's the kind of thing I'm thinking of. And,
Now, you wonder who flew over the cuckoo's nest? Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, I know what shock therapy is now. Yeah, thank you.
There's a lot of misinformation on YouTube, when people look at TV shows, videos, and ECT has really come a long way, compared to how it was demonstrated years ago, and in terms of treatment, it's really advanced.
They feel that there's a lot of stigma with ECT, so where we educate them and make them feel a lot more comfortable about the procedure.
Yeah, I think the biggest misconception is that they're going to be anxious, or it's going to be painful, that there's going to be shouting, that they're going to be held down.
And it's not none of those things that I thought it was.
The team where I went was so great. You go in, you walk into the suite and you sit down or lie down on the bed, and my doctor was great and asked me what music I'd like to listen to, so tried to make everything really comfortable. They were cracking jokes. It just felt very routine and comfortable for them, and that helped to set me at ease. And then, the basic stuff with a general anaesthetic, can you count back from 5 for me? Before you know it, you're waking up again in another room.
Come the 3rd, 4th and 5th ECT, bang, 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 all the lights start going on, and I can feel and I can, taste, and a life, life can be lived.
And then it took through to the 10th time, and Just the one day I felt that, I wanted to go watch telly. Now, you might think that's a nothing thing. But a lot of people were watching telly and I wouldn't want to join them.
I know that when I finally came out, when I had about my 10th ECT, when I started to see the light, I came out and the nurses were almost in tears because they saw me looking them in the eye for the first time and I had a smile on my face.
Well, in the last year I've been working here, I've only seen one person who didn't recover as well as we would hoped. So it's common that you'll, see a big difference in terms of your mental health.
What ECT is quite good at inducing is a remission, so that the symptoms of the depression usually, but maybe other psychiatric symptoms, become so diminished that the person's practically without symptoms. So their mood's kind of normal, their eating, sleeping, all of that's normalised.
For the most part, the patients that I have looked after, they're concerned about memory. So during the ECT, they may notice those side effects, but usually that comes good, and the benefits certainly outweigh any side effects.
To know that there's an option out there that isn't about readjusting to a new kind of drug with lots of side effects, I'd say it's worth trying. When you're really low and really depressed, there really is nothing to lose.
If I hadn't had ECT, I wouldn't be able to tell you now that it was worth it, because I'd have been dead.
And I absolutely back that up, 100%.
Yep.
And our children would also, because they've got their dad back.
Yeah.
But I felt so good. I mean, such a difference, yeah. I was a different person again, yeah.
No, I'm still on meds. But no, I feel on top of the world, actually.
The number one key benefit for me as a nurse, to see people get well quickly, to have wellness again, to get back to quality of life. That's been the most satisfying thing for me, but then putting myself in their shoes, can you imagine how they're feeling? To be able to go from not working, not functioning as a family member, not functioning in society and feeling like they're having a meaningful life, to back to hobbies, back to life, back to being able to provide for the family, so on. Those sort of benefits are immeasurable.
Having ECTs and a course of ECTs gives me a life, whereas before I haven't got a life. I don't want to be on this planet, that's how scary, how deep I go into depression, and what ECTs brings me up and into living life again. So I'm so grateful for that, yeah.